Flosstube. How's everybody doing? It's Friday, and it is another fun Flosstube Friday with me. I'm Annie. I'm Joy-Filled Stitcher. I am here on Flosstube and on Instagram. And today is Flosstube number 32. 32, folks. And it is Friday, December the 20th. And I'm on Christmas break. None of my wrapping is done. I'm also not ready for New York, which we leave for the day after Christmas. So yeah, no rest for the weary. Is that what they say? No rest for the weary? So anywho, welcome. This is my channel about cross stitch. I, again, am Annie. I am Joy-Filled Stitcher, and I love stitching on all things that bring me joy. And currently, it seems that the things that bring me joy are starting all the things. And so, I have been in a start mode. Let me say first, welcome to all of you who are returning, or new and returning, or whatever the case may be. I'm feeling a little festive today. We had Christmas parties this morning, and so I don't have a homeroom myself, but I went to my daughter's Christmas party. I had antlers on earlier. I somehow have managed to escape without too much. I mean, I had a full-on dent for my antlers earlier. Even still, I'm sporting a lovely, as per always, hairdo today. There was not an ounce of sarcasm in that at all. And you may notice I am filming in a different space. Welcome to part of my craft room. I am to the point now where I can actually film in here. I am this is a trial run to see if I like it. It has some pretty good lighting. I'm not loving how it's shining right here on this spot of my forehead. But overall, as you can see, most of our house is this khaki. I feel like my house just blew up khaki everywhere. It is what was painted when we purchased our home. There are only 2 rooms that are not painted khaki, and that is my daughter's room, which is baby pink, which is pink is her favorite color, and she was like a 18-month-old when we moved in, and so it seemed fitting. She loves it. It's perfect. And her bathroom, because it's kind of the guest bath, and it is gray and white horizontal stripes, like a dove gray and white horizontal stripes. Everything else is khaki. Khaki doesn't suit me. So at some point down the road, we want to paint. But so you can see behind me, this is my DMC floss storage. I have a video about that, where I showed my storage, and I will, if I can remember, pop it in a card. I think it's over here. I think it'll be right here. To my storage video. My fabric storage remains the same. My DMC storage remains the same. I still have my IKEA drawer unit. It used to sit next to my stitchy spot in my room. It now lives in here. I have a big desk. This is an IKEA table, and it's got a short table on this side, the corner table, and then another table over here. This is my cutting area. And then this is where my fabric drawer unit slides under. And I'm currently using that kind of to hold some of my stuff. So DMC, I've got my Harry Potter Lego Great Hall. This is not the big castle, but this is the Great Hall that I built. I've got a Luna postcard. I've got my Harry Potter brickheads, Lego brickheads. And then I've got a jar of Harry Potter Funko Pop, like the little ones that came in an advent calendar last year. And then I've got my Harry Potter book series that when they're put together, they make the castle. So this is kind of my Harry Potter side. Eventually, when my whole craft room is the way that I want it to be, it's not quite there yet, I will do a tour because I have a closet all over here with like a 4x4 IKEA cube system that holds a lot of stuff. I've got another table another desk over here. Currently does not house anything but just piles of things that need to be gone through. And then up above I have another floating shelf that has some of my other Legos. Can we say hashtag nerds? I love Legos. My daughter loves Legos. My husband loves Legos. So we have a lot of Legos in our house. And I also have the Funko Dorbs Golden Girls. I have a thing for the Golden Girls. So, it's a little bit about this space that we're in. This is my comfy chair. I have been spending more time in here. I have been kitting some things. I like to sometimes just take a break from stitching and kind of get my creative juices flowing and pull fabrics and pull flosses. And not that I'm planning to start any of what I'm kitting anytime soon. Some of it may be, but probably not. My husband did mount me a TV right over here. It is one that we have had. It's a smart TV, which means I can pull up all my other Flosstube friends and watch them while I'm in here working. It is mounted on a swivel mount on the wall, which is fantastic, which means if I'm working on this side, I can kind of move it or back or whatever. And then he installed me a new ceiling fan. So it kind of has made things great. I'm in here more. And eventually this will kind of turn into my daughter's ipso facto. We will share this space kind of because her bedroom's small. So she does not really have like room for toys. Those are in our family room. But when she grows out of it, this may turn into kind of her little study spot, but and also my crafting area. So that's a little bit more about the space that we are in today. That box right there with the pink lid, that is all Mrs. Seda silks. So yeah, let's see. What are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about 2 FFOs. Yes. We're going to talk about some whips. We're going to talk about some new starts. We are going to talk about a little bit of plans, more than anything, kind of my filming schedule going forward through the beginning of the new year, and then a little bit of stash. Actually, maybe quite a bit of stash. A lot of stuff decided to show up this week. So yeah, let's get moving. So first, let me share a tiny bit of some life update. So school has been insanely busy this week. It is end of quarter for us. And I work with some of the kids that often tend to fall behind, need extra support. And so this week has been a lot of helping manage what they needed to get corrected and turned back in and things of that nature. I love what I do. I love the kids that I work with. By the time, so this is my 3rd year, and some of these kids I've now had for 3 years. So I just truly enjoy the time that they are in there working with me, and I have a different relationship with each one. And so school has been super busy. I've had some other additional work stuff for my side gig. And I have yet to wrap a single present. Christmas is like knocking on the door. That's Christmas, knocking. And we leave for New York City for 5 days the morning after Christmas on the 26th, which I'm super excited about. Do not get me wrong. And in fact, if any of you, I've been kind of doing some research and I can't seem to come across any like needleworks, like LNSs up there. If you know of one and I'm just completely missing it, will you pop it down into the comments? I know that there's at least one yarn store I want to visit. But I'd love to find a cross-stitch shop, but I just don't think there is one, or not where we're going to be. I mean, there may be one like in one of the other boroughs, but I don't know how far we're going to venture out. So yeah, I think I was going to say something else. Meh. Okay, so I got some incredible, I was looking to see if I could find the card, Stitchy Kindness from a viewer of mine. We frequently chat back and forth. She actually won or passed the stash of Stitch the Sea. And I randomly, like, granted, my postman and I, we are on first name basis. Because literally if it could not be bought online, it did not get bought this Christmas time. Just with how we kind of wham bam from Thanksgiving straight into Christmas. Like most of my shopping was online, a lot of it through Amazon, through some other businesses, like small businesses and things like that. And so this package comes. And what's interesting is this package came from North Pole. Not the North Pole, but North Pole, Alaska. And I was like, wait a minute. I know somebody who lives in North Pole, Alaska, and that's Amy. And Amy is a sweetheart and wrote me the most precious note, and she does some incredible stitching. She's like a frequent commenter on my videos. since very early on, and we've just kind of developed this great rapport. At least I think we have, and I'm sure she's watching this. Well, I squealed when I opened this package because one, it had the most precious handwritten note. It's somewhere in my pile over here. But she stitched me a small. Like, is that not so incredibly sweet? So on the back, it has her name, the date, and it says North Pole, Alaska. And I'm going to cover that up. And then it has this tiny little heart. By the way, her finishing is on point, and I need to take some lessons. She did a tassel, braided cord, and then, wait for it. Look at that squirrel. Shut the front door. Is he not adorable? It's a squirrel with his I love him. And she said, when I wrote her and I was like, oh my goodness, you're too much. She said, yeah, I don't even like squirrels that much, but I'm going to have to stitch this. And I was like, yes, please. I'm going to have matching ones. So it is hanging currently right by my stitchy spot. But then it's going to go on my tree. So how cool. That's my first cross stitch ornament. I've been stitching for over 22 years, but I've always done big things. This will be my first year that I will actually have ornaments that I've stitched. They're just not finished yet. They're coming. They'll get here eventually. Oh, speaking of what has been biding my time, my shop opened. My Etsy shop opened with all of 2 charts. So on Monday, and I didn't make a huge big deal of it. I did post it on my Instagram. I figured I'd share it here. I did go ahead and post both Squirrelly Welcome. I think I'm calling it Squirrel Welcome on there, but I like Squirrelly Welcome. That's what I've been calling it all along. Squirrel Welcome and Jeremiah 2911. They are both digital charts for immediate download. You don't have to wait for me to send them, because goodness knows if that was the case, you might be waiting this time of year. Actually, I'm pretty on top of things. So go check them out. Favorite them. You don't have to get them now. Get them when you're ready to stitch some precious squirrels. I have some more designs kind of in the works. I have some secret stitching. I'm not sharing it. I've decided to be of the secret stitching. I might share some of them. But at this point, it's not anything to even give you a clue as to what it is. So there's really no point in me sharing it. My drink of choice is a Sonic drink. Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm filming actually fairly early, even though it's like seems super dark outside. That's because it's that time of year, folks, where it's dark outside at 5. And I'm not even where some folks are, where it's like dark at 4:30 or before. We got out today. So our kids were done at 11:30 with their parties. And most of our parents come to parties. So we literally had 5 cars in the pickup line, which was amazing. And I helped with pickup line today. And my daughter went down to staff kids because our school has, on days like this where we have to be there longer than the other kids do, staff kids get to go hang out. And we had a really quick, like all faculty came from both campuses and met up, and we did prayer and, you know, wish you a Merry Christmas. We got our fun little gift. We got to pick a spiritful gift. And then if our Christmas was taken down, like I took down my tree this morning and had 6th graders help me load all my stuff in my car because I'm smart like that. And they were cleaning stuff, and I was like, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so, come here. Will you help me take these to my car? So they did. And we could leave. So my daughter and I were out of there by like 12:45. So we came home. We stopped by Sonic. Got a Diet Dr. Pepper. And this still has mucho ice, even though it's like 5 hours old. We went, and then we've just been chilling this afternoon. And then my mom, who this is busy again for her this whole time, from like November 1 till Jan 1 is like boom all the time. She was like, no, I want her to stay tonight. And then she's going to hang out with my dad a little bit in the morning. He's like, I want to hang out with her in the morning until 9. Be here at 9. I was like, I'm totally fine with that. And so she scooted off, and I was like, all right, I'm going to gather my things, do my video, and then I'm going to have a chill night. And hopefully this will not be an hour and 400 minutes long. And I know 400 minutes is way more than an hour. I do the maths. Okay, so I think that's enough rambling about life and things of that nature. So check out my Etsy shop. I will link it below. Even if you just want to like it or whatever. Now, granted, you will notice that a lot of my reviews are from things of other nature. That is because my shop used to be full of Grace plans. Little backstory. I know I said I was done, but I'm not, clearly. I was full of Grace plans. I used to design and print and cut planner stickers for the Erin Condren Life Planner. I have been a planner for quite some time. I kind of got into that gig as a fun side thing in about 2014-ish, and did it for like 2 years. And then I realized that I was burnt out. I had a fairly busy shop, not near like some of the shops, but it kept me busy enough, and I was a full-time teacher and a full-time mom and all of the things that go along with that. I fell out of love with planning because it became a part of my job. So I don't want my Etsy shop to be that. So you will notice that some of my reviews are for my planner things. I have a pretty good track record. If you happen to get my chart and you notice something is not quite right with it, let me know, because I want to make it right, and I will make it right, because that's me. That's who I am. Who I is. So, we already talked some stitching now. Yes. All right. Finishes and FFOs. Last week, I think, showed the second of these finishes, and they are now FFOs. So you might know that I have been working on my Plum Street samplers, Noah's Christmas Arc, Chart 1, and the freebie pattern for my mom for Christmas. I will be stitching the whole series for her over the next however many years. And honestly, I kind of came to this idea fairly late. Like, I don't even think I started these till October. So my thought is she might get more than 2 next year. I'm going to try to move through these pretty quick because there's some I really want to stitch. Like, I'm really excited to stitch them. And I have all the DMC. I have the fabric if I decide to stick with it. I bought plenty of the finishing things if I decide this is how I want to continue to finish them. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. So here we go. Here is Noah's welcome mat. It is not perfectly straight. It is not perfectly perfect. I did mat board. This is red wool felt or wool blend felt from Joann's. This is an off-white rickrack, jumbo rickrack that I did for the hanger as well as at the top and the bottom. And then I did 1 layer of batting on here and 1 layer of batting on here. Although the batting is cut to size here, it wraps around here. So it is not perfect, but I love it. I'm super, super, super proud of this finish. This was this is my first official finish, I think. No, it's not. But it was one of my first official starts on linen that has been now fully finished. It's not my official first linen finish. That didn't even make sense. All right, so then the second one that I did is Noah's Crocs or Crocodiles. It is part of Noah's Christmas Arc 1. And I think they are precious. I love the snowflakes. I love everything about it. You can kind of see some of my threads back here. I tried really hard, but this linen's hard too. So anyway, these are my two fully finished objects. I actually had put them in with my things to be wrapped, and I went, I gotta show those. So they are going to get wrapped and given to my mamacita, for Christmas this year. So those are done. Don't look at the backs. They're bad. But, so I'm really excited about those. Okay, so let's talk about some whips. New starts. So we do new starts. Let's do new starts. Now, new starts obviously equate to whips. So I have been working through, I had a picture of this and I just didn't put it in here. The Heartstring Samplery's Advent Candle Ornaments. These have not changed since you saw them last week. This is Hope, but they all have a similar look, so that's why I'm going to show them again. This is Hope. That's Peace. It didn't change from last week. I have until next Advent at this point. So these will get some more time at some point. But I am still staying consistent with starting and stitching at least the word on a Sunday. So I have one more Sunday after today. That's a lie. And then I have Christmas Eve. I have to stitch the middle of the Christ candles. So this week was Joy. So Joy is stitched. These are all being stitched on a 40 count linen in Mallow. I believe it is by Witchelt. So it's kind of stiff. And I'm stitching it in the in Beth's DMC conversion. This lives in a Diddly Daddle Designs in-hand stitcher bag. This is one of the ones that Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, and I are bag twins. I've been watching a ton of Flosstube. I think I started this month, and I'm adding to my watch list. I started this month with over 100 videos on my watch list. I think I looked today and I was like at 53, and I'm like, yes. I may eventually get caught up. I also may not. It is what it is. All right, let's talk about some new Barbara Anna starts. So if you have been with me for a couple weeks, you will know that I am doing a month of Barbara Anna stitches. It will eventually evolve into Barbara Anna BAM, which hashtag BAM, which stands for Barbara Anna Mondays. So on Mondays, I will spin my Tiny Decisions Barbara Anna wheel and pick one to work on for about an hour and just keep moving on with it. So this week we were doing BAM. This week, since we chatted last, we've had BAM 5 and BAM 6. So BAM 5, when I spun it, is her freebie pattern. And I do link all of my project information in the description box below, including the freebie patterns. This will be the last time I will link this freebie. It is on Paulette Stewart's Plum Street Samplers blog, and it's a freebie that goes along. It's a companion piece. So this one is Barbara Anna's freebie. I found the first problem with this lighting is the glare on my laminated photos. This is needlework. So needlework is being stitched. Let me pull out my bag of Barbara Anna's. I believe on a piece of 32 count Oaken. Picture this plus Oaken. And I am stitching this in the silk, the Classic Colorworks. Where'd it go? I'm struggling tonight, folks. I think it's the new location. Where's my floss? Oy vey. Oh, there it is. It's in a different bag. All right, this is being stitched in the Color and Cotton silk that was in the Harvest Halloween box, their Halloween mystery box. So this is what that floss looks like. So you can see it's a pretty variegated. And so far I have eWork. This lighting is not going to work for me. I'm just telling you right now. It isn't great where I was before, but the overhead of it is not great. So, especially for showing how pretty like this floss is. So this is the 32 count. Let me see if I can get it closer and it'll work. Anyway, anywho, we may be going back to where we started. That was the first of my Barbara Anna starts this week. What was my second one? Oh, this was my pitiful one. This was the one I think I spun for like the 18th. And the 18th, I was like, I gotta start it. And literally, like, it has 10 stitches. 10. And it's one of the ones I was most excited to start. So it's clearly on my agenda to do some stitching in. And that is Funky Bird. I think he is fantastic. His name, I believe, is Reginald. That's what I named him. Reginald Funky Bird. And this is on a piece of 40 count. Which way does this even go? There we go. 40 count linen by XG Designs in Little Dove. Which got some stuff on the back at some point, but it's on the back, so that's okay. I don't know if it came that way and I just didn't notice. I don't think it did. If it did, it probably came that way. I pulled it out and it got junk on it, and that is what it is. So that's literally the like 10 stitches to start it, but I love them. They're teeny tiny. This is a beautiful piece of fabric. The lighting is making it look horrible. Not horrible, but not doing it any justice either. And as you can see, here's the schmutz on the back. It's on the back. Can we just say at least it's on the back? And I don't think I noticed it until I started stitching. See, here's more schmutz. I don't know. Anyway. So that's where I am with the Barbara Annas. Now, did I work on any of the other ones? I don't think I did. I think you're going to see why maybe I didn't work on any of the other ones. Because I spent some time starting a whole lot of things on Sunday. Yeah, that's me. And this lives in a 12 by 18 fantastic envelope closure bag from GaRon Tottenbags. GaRon Tottenbags. I don't know which way is right. I'm going to be that whiner today. And it has this funky little witch lady, or funky little witch ladies. But I think they kind of look like something Barbara Anna would design. So it worked, and I needed a big one because there's a lot in there. All right, so then let's chat about some Christmas stitching I started. And so I've got 2 bags that are holding various and sundry Christmas stitchings. The first is a So Much to Love. This is one that I found on her Etsy shop that I think the last time I looked there was one left, and I think it was on a sale price. The other one is a bulging at the seams Be Crafty bag. I sent her this fabric. I'm obsessed with this fabric. It actually is my tree skirt for my classroom tree. And so, yeah. All right, what did I start? I started a lot of things. So one of the things that I started, I have had this kitted out for forever. I've been wanting to start it. So guess what? I did. Oops. And I'm dropping all the things on the floor. And you get to look at more of my cool stuff over there. All right, this is Hands On Designs Deer Tier. This is part of the, I think it's called like the white, oh yeah, the white Christmas set. I love this one, and I'm loving the color palette. There's a couple of other ones that I think I might eventually stitch. I just don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. This is on a 16 count Ada. I just need to slow down. 16 count Ada in Nessie. This was a new for 2019 color. It's a pretty light blue. And so I have the top section of the tiered tray. This is a fun little stitch. I'm enjoying it on this fabric. I am doing it just in the DMC. I think there is one color I didn't have the DMC, and I wanted to get started, and I had forgotten that I didn't have it. So I had a pretty color in cotton that's a mystery one that I'm just swapping in for the DMC when I actually get to that color. And all of my projects in these bigger bags live in gallon size baggies with all their gear, with all the fabric info, the picture, and all that jazz. Okay, so we got Deer Tier got started. This was the bag of starts. Merry Hollyberries also got started. This was another one I've had kitted for a while. This is a With Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais print, or one that I really like. I am doing some of the called for and some of the DMC conversion. For sure the called for, I am doing the Chili Pepper. Classic Colorworks Chili Pepper. I don't know why I'm doing this one because it's basically ecru. Classic Colorworks Eggshell. I am doing, it calls for Valdani Cinnamon Swirl, the embroidery cotton. I went ahead and grabbed that. It's literally like 5 stitches. And then the rest I'm doing DMC. I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count. Picture This Plus in Mellow. And I actually did kind of a bit. I started putting in a lot of the vining on this side over here, which is a great way for me to make sure if I can get all that in correctly, then usually I do a pretty good job not getting off on other things. And I did carry my floss. You can see it right here. I carried it, but there's an urn in there. This actually, there's quite a number of these charts that fit really cutely in a little galvanized candle holder from Hobby Lobby. I completed, you can see it back in one of my summer videos, like my June video maybe. what video in June? Not the June video. I had like 4 in June. Where I had done Strawberries and Stripes. Is that what it's called? Yes. And it stitches up on either the 18 or the 36 and fits perfectly in this little galvanized metal candle holder. And I did that one for a swap. I do have that one already started. It literally has, again, like 10 stitches in it. I started that on 4th of July. I am going to stitch that one for myself, but I was hot off a finish, like fully finish of that one, and I burn out. I burn out on it. So yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, that one will fit in, and so I'm making them interchangeable. So I can swap them in and out of that same holder. And I left all my Barbara Anna prints out on the table. Not on the rolly table. I just whacked myself in the face. This is going to be like bloopers. Bloopers and practical jokes. I used to love that show. Anybody remember that show? Yes? No? Maybe so? Alright, I then also started. This is actually going to be great to take with me on the airplane and stuff. This is, I have a picture of this somewhere too. Hold please. Okay, I'm back and I totally just hit that so hard that it shook the camera. I forgot I had made a lot of copies of my ones that didn't have a picture in them. So, there is Advent Candle Ornaments to give you an idea. And that can go in its project bag when we're done. So, what I am showing you right now, this is a Doreen Jones. This is available on her Etsy shop. This is her Nativity Finger Puppets set, which I think are adorable. I'm obsessed with the big blocks of color. I have been wanting to, because I have 87 packs of them, to stitch something on the Mill Hill perforated paper. So I am currently working on Mary and the baby Jesus. And this is where I am with Mary so far. I need to put something behind that. This is where I am with Mary. That's even worse, but okay. So basically what I have done is I've outlined all of the blue of her dress. This is where baby Jesus is. And this is a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery needle minder. Because I realized I can't stick my needle in like I do with my fabric. So I have a needle minder. And so these are going to go with me to New York because these are great to have just as a small, and I'm keeping the one I'm working on with the working floss in a small bag inside the big bag. So I'm loving these. I don't know that they're actually going to be finger puppets. I'm thinking I'm going to do them with felt on the back to finish them in that respect, and then do some kind of little stand so they stand up, kind of like Brooke's Books finishes hers. So that was another little spontaneous start on Sunday. And if that wasn't enough, I had another spontaneous start, and this one I actually used. So far, this is the first one that I'm sharing that I will have used for homework. Or for challenges this week. And I am overlapping challenges for both magical stitches and enchanted stitching challenges. So I saw this posted. I follow Little Room in the Attic. It's Maria Demina is the designer. I follow them on Facebook. And she posts some of the most beautiful patterns. And I saw this one and I was like, yes, this is the one that has just made me decide that I'm going to stitch all the half stitches, all the metallic. There's actually not that much metallic. But instead of French knots, I am going to do beads. This will be my first one. Unless I get to the point on Bee Fairy to do the beads, this will be my first one with beads. And so I used this for a task, and I also started it on Sunday. This is on a piece of even weave. Even weave. So now I can say I stitch on everything. I stitch on everything. This is a 28 count even weave. This is one that I was lovingly gifted by Jen Upton. If you do not watch her, she's awesome. She doesn't film as often as I need her to. I enjoy her videos so much. But this is a Garibaldi's. I had not heard of them before she sent me this one in another really pretty color. And I've been dying to stitch. This is lapis, and I thought this is perfect. And so far, I have the beginnings of the Mouse Queen. You can kind of see her. She's so cute. And so I really have enjoyed this week. I'm loving this even weave. It is thick. It doesn't say if it's like Jobelin or Lugana or Monaco. I don't really know enough to be able to tell you which one it is, but I love it. It's been a fun little stitch. So, used that for some tasks. Got another start under my belt. And a lot of starts. But I'm enjoying starting all the things. At some point, I'll get to the point where I'm finishing all the things. So that is everything out of this bag. I have a couple of other projects in here that I'll talk a little bit about my thought process with them, but I've got some other ones in here with all that in there. All right, let's look in the other bag. In the other bag, oh fun. Didn't work on that. I did work on that. I did work on this. Okay, so this was a start. It was after I filmed. Must have been Sunday. This was a Michelle Bindi Stitchy is stitching it, so I must stitch it too. This is from Little Stitch Girl. This is the plaid tidings houses. Here's one of just the houses. And I am starting with this greenhouse. Although really at this point, you can't tell that because I'm just working on the borders. I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count color and cotton tombstone. Michelle, I'm even copying you on the fabric because you're stitching this on tombstone in 40 count. I'm not a stalker. I just watch and I remember things. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget things. I am stitching it in the called for DMC for the most part, I think. And so I have the frame of the first house. So these are going to be cute. This is a big piece of fabric and I didn't want to cut it. So I'm going to stitch all three, and then when I get ready to finish it, I will cut them. Actually stitched in hand a little bit today because of how this works. It doesn't fit. It doesn't quite fit in my 6x8 where I could work on two sides at once. So I have all of the little diamond shapes, but then in between the diamonds on this one, I think are green dots. Like the red house has red dots and things like that. So I'm contemplating going ahead and just this weekend busting out the borders because it was really quick. Busting out the borders for all three and just getting that out of the way. And I think I may have to bust out an 8x8 key snap to make it fit. So that was another start, and I love that. And I'm going to tell you, I love coloring Cottonada. It is good. It is really good. Like Picture This Plus, I really enjoy. I love their coloring. Here's the thing. Sometimes it's a little too soft for me. I like coloring cotton because while it's stiff, it loosens up just right. Like Picture This Plus starts out soft. It's kind of like when we bought our story time. When we bought our most recent mattress. We laid on it and my husband goes, "This is too firm." And I said, "Dude, in a year it will be too soft. That one over there that you really like right now will be too soft." So now it's an I told you so because we bought the really firm one. And now it's like, it's still a little firm, but we're going to be really happy in it for a lot longer. So that's the thing. The color in cotton comes pretty stiff, but then it loosens up just right. Pictures Plus comes, it's a little loose, and then it loosens up even more. So sometimes I find my stitches look better on certain Aidas, certain linens, certain things, looks better. It takes less effort to make my stitches look as anal as I want them to look. I was watching, just today, I was watching Bluebonnet and Whiskey's third video. By the way, stop waiting so long to film. I'm sorry, that was really not ugly of me. I really enjoy your videos, and I totally get the chaos and the whatever, because clearly today, it's like I've never filmed one of these before. And this is number 32. And I do it every week. Thankfully, there's like 600 of you or something. Some number over that, I don't know. I know that I'm past 600 now, which, wow, what? Because when I started this, I thought I'm going to feel hallelujah if I get one. So the fact that so many of you are watching, that are shouting me out, that are sharing about my World of fun, world of fun, world of crazy hair. Which, let me tell you, this week I looked and went, where'd those gray hairs come from? I'm on the precipice. One of my students today, no, yesterday, he's a 6th grader. He's precious. He's precious. He meant well. But he was like, Miss, I am going to be finishing my first decade on Earth. And then I went and did the math and realized that when the year rolls over, I will have finished my 4th decade on this earth, because I was born in the grand old year of 1980 even. And so 2020 marks my 40th year, which means 2020, October 2020, all bets are off, folks. I'm going to rock 40 like nobody's business. I don't know how I got here, though, because I still, like I told one of the kids, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be 40, but I don't feel like I'm 40. I mean, granted, there are days I wake up and I feel 40, but I feel like I don't act 40, and that's okay, too. All right, another new start. I need a whole segment that's like, start all the things because Annie said so. Said pass. Hashtag trademarked. Mine. Okay. I started this because the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch started it. Specifically Priscilla. And I went, I love all the tiered trays. I can't get my act together on making one look anything like yours, so I can stitch one. So I got my deer tier, and then I've got Celebrate Christmas by Madame Chantilly. Love it. And I showed this last week, I think, because it was part of haul. It has a joy mug, and I don't have my joy mug this week, and that's okay. So yeah. And Debbie of Creatively Yours has the Halloween one. So we are going to hashtag it, and I think we're doing it as MC tiered tray. So if you have a Madame Chantilly tiered tray, and I hope she comes out with an Easter one, because that'd be really cute. And it could like have a hip hop or something on it. That would be really cute. And then I could have one for all the seasons. I don't know that I'll stitch the Halloween, because Halloween's not my jam. But I'm loving the Christmas one. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count Picture This Plus. Now I've just talked about all the crap about Picture This Plus. Ada in Mirage. And this is kind of what gave me that vibe, that my stitches don't look so good. I am doing a conversion to a lot of Victorian Motto, to some Gentle Arts, to some various and sundry other things. I have a start. Santa Sack is all, I started with Santa Sack and it's already wonky. You know what? I was like, I'm going with it. So this is where I am so far. I am using for the tiered tray, because I wanted to have a galvanized look. And I'm using Color and Cotton's Marsh, because I think it looks really good. It's kind of not showing up super great right now. But I'm not super loving this. And I'm to a point right now where I could swap it onto another piece of fabric and it would be okay. I haven't put in so much. I'm not loving it. So, jury's still out. Hashtag jury's still out. It's not going with me to New York. I will talk a little bit about what's going with me to New York shortly. We're almost done with whips. And then we've got moderate haul. Moderate stashy stash. I've got some other charty doodaddy things. Oh, so last week, you know, I said I was stitching on my Stitch Niche, my local LNS's ornament. I reached out to them via Facebook Messenger and asked if they could send me a picture of it, and they did. So this is that 1/1 ornament that I am stitching, and I am on this moon right here, and I have not added any more, and I did not mean, I inadvertently just flipped you off, and I did not mean to. That is not how I roll. Alright, so the last thing that I did for 2 homework tasks in Enchanted Stitching, and I have 1 left in Magical Stitches if I finish them all. I kind of just want to get this done and not worry about counting the stitches and stuff. Is my Hoity Toity Silky Sow. Hashtag Hoity Toity Silky Sow. I am stitching this in the incredible Mrs. Sados Silks. Spoiler, she sent me some goodies. So I will chat about that during the plan section because it's not coming out because I haven't opened it yet. because there's something special coming. So this lives in my Kindred Stitcher. Did I totally just make that up? Kindred Stitcher Designs bag. I have my GaRon Tottenbags. I still don't know that I said that. And this is where I am. So here's the deal. And I talked about this on my Instagram. The color that she has in her conversion charted for this bird, which to me is a cardinal, and my needle's in a really bad spot, was more like kind of the gingerbready brown color, which is fine. Totally cool. I wanted a more red bird. So this is kind of a pinky red. This is one that I am subbing in. It is another Mrs. Sadas silk. It is 06. I'm looking for it in my bag. 05. Where is it? I promise I have done this before. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, so it's the symbol is the number 2 symbol. The number 2. I am swapping in for the birds only. I only took a couple of links of it off of the main thing. This is her 06 solid silk. So if you happen to want to do my slight tweak on her conversion, when you order your silks pack from her, because she has this as a pack, and I'm going to tell you, it's a steal for how much silk you get. Each one of her skeins has 11 yards. You get 3 skeins alone of the color that's the black in this. Every other one, even if it has a minimal amount of stitches, you're going to get a full skein of 11 yards. It is so good. I link it with every video because it's a value, and this is stitching up beautifully. This is on a piece of 18 count. Somebody asked me what I was stitching this on, and I probably neglected to say it, and that's why. 18 count picture this plus in Legacy. This one stitches differently than that Mirage. I don't know. Anywho, so I did swap in that one here. I am pushing for a page 1 finish before the end of the year. Here's the problem. I'm not taking this to New York, which means I need to have this finished, and I'm not going to want to do it on the 31st. I've got like 2 starts planned then, and maybe not 2 starts, but I've got other things planned. Which means I need to have this finished before we leave on the 26th in the morning. Here's the thing. This is the bottom of the page right here. This is the edge of the page. So I have the rest of this black to fill in, plus a few other details in here. I have the remainder of this bird to fill in. I have a couple more of these little side motifs, and then I'm done. I have this slotted. When I finish this block of black, that's my 4th task in Enchanted Stitching Challenges. And it's my 4th task in Magical Stitches. What may not happen, here's the problem. I know I will have enough stitches even with finishing this, and then I will have plenty of stitches in the next task to make up enough for that 3rd task. Even I'm doing penalty stitches this week because I wanted to make this fit. The problem is, I don't know that I want to spend the time figuring out exactly how many stitches it is. So it may be that that task just goes by the wayside. I am going to make sure that I get my royal numbers for Enchanted Stitching. I am still pushing for that. However, it's going to be tricky with me going out of town. I will have to try to fit the projects I take with me, and I will talk a little bit about that in a minute as well. So that's where I am on this. I think I said this was a GaRon Tottenbags Grime Guard. It has the red birds on it, so it fit. Thought it was fitting. That was a lot of rambling. I don't know how long the first clip was, but we're already at 17 on the second clip. So let's get moving along. Let's chat briefly about plans. This is, in case you're curious, because last week I alluded to the fact that my filming schedule is going to be a little bit different. I finally figured out what it's going to be, because next Friday I will be in New York. I will not be filming next Friday a normal Flosstube. So here's what's going to happen. I have purchased for myself some Christmas gifts. Specifically, I got the Mystic Fabrics, one of her small mystery boxes. I got 2 grab bags, and I got, from her, I did Knit Crate had a mystery bag. One of their days of Advent was a mystery bag with, I think, 4 skeins of yarn. And then I had a Color and Cotton linen grab bag that I snagged off her site. I think she still has some. I think Angela still has some posted. So I have those that I'm going to share with you. Barring too much crinkliness, I'm going to open them that day. Like, I'm going to pre-slit bags, but I'm not going to have looked, like, it will be my first reaction. Also on that day, I will share with you what Christmas goodies Raquel of Mrs. Sados sent me. They arrived today from Spain. She must, like I said, her silks arrive on the wings of angels because they come lightning fast from Spain. She also sent something for one of you. So if you tune in on the 25th, I am going to have a little fun little giveaway kind of thing, a little Christmas gift from Raquel of Mrs. Sados. And there's more details on that in that video. So I'm hoping that won't be a super long video. I'm not showing all my Christmas gifts. I'm just showing my little stitchy things I got myself that I decided to wrap and put under the tree. All right, so then no normal video next Friday. On the 31st, I will put up my 2019 finish / 2020 whip video. On the 1st, because I want to break those up. No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. 31st Whip Parade. And that will be all the things traveling in the new year with me. I will give you some stats of some sort, but not on that video because I won't have that all prepared. And then I will do a regular Flosstube on that Friday, which I believe is the 3rd. And then we are back to normal filming schedule. So I hope you will tune into my Christmas video. If you don't celebrate Christmas, we'll just call it holiday celebration video. I will film it on Christmas because that's when I'm going to open my things. And I would hope that that doesn't deter anyone from joining me to see some fun stitchy stuff that I got. Whip Parade. A lot of you have said you're excited about Whip Parade. Whip Parade's not your deal. Totally fine too. I probably will film Whip Parade in my normal spot because all of my stuff is on carts and I can roll it over, and I will also talk about my planned starts, which there's not very many that are like planned at this point. It's like my New Year, new starts, things like that. Okay. Stashy stash. Okay. Project bags first. Mr. GaRon Tottenbag. I know it's not Misters. The Messers and Missers GaRon Tottenbags. Posted an oops. I love me an oops because, let's put it this way, most of my life is built upon the foundation of oops. And this one has this quirky Santa with his animals, a fishing tree, a fox and woodland tree, a cardinal sitting up on a mistletoe, a kitchen crock. I mean, this is like the bag of everything. This fancy old school car. I'm like obsessed with it. It is so funky and so cool. A gingerbread candy cane thing. The reason why it's an oops is because this is the back and it's the right side up and the front is upside down. Well, guess what? When I claimed it, he said something to the effect of, look, you've got another bat bird and a bat Santa. I said, oh no, he's an acrobat Santa. An acrobat Santa because he's somehow managing to be upside down next to his tree. And so I just love it. I mean, it's such a cute bag. It's got peppermint, starlight mints on the inside. I love it. This is holding 2 new starts that are part of my plans. They are my 12 days of Christmas. And yes, I said 12 days of, like 2 of them. That's because I am doing the Freebie Prairie Schooler. I'll show you the mock-up image. This is going to New York with me. I'm going a little funky and stitching it in these Victorian mottos. Yeah. And on some 18 count Ada mystery. It was from the Mystery Misty. It was the ones for her Choose Your Own Adventure or Stitch Your Own Adventure. So on that. That's the first set. The second set, because I was enabled and saw them on someone's site, are... Oh, Lordy, do I have the photo? No, I don't. Okay. They are the Satsuma Street ones. They are so cute. I would say I would insert a photo. I won't. I will show you at my next update. Here's the color palette. All super bright. DMC. I've got... The borders are all going to be in this Victorian Motto Americana red. And I had this piece that I acquired from Stash and Load of 36 count white Edinburgh, which is actually the perfect size for all 12. So while I was thinking I wanted to stitch it on Ada, I was like, I have this. It will be perfect. I wanted something that the colors were going to pop on. I don't normally stitch on white, but this one is going on white. So these are both getting started on Christmas. I would normally start them the next day. I'm not starting them on Christmas because I want them to already be started, and I can airplane stitch with them if I want to. And they will be going in this bag, and my my Doreen Jones Nativity is going. These two are going, and then my USA map is going because I want to fill in New York while I am there. And it's a small one. More on that to come. All right, then they posted their bags of they kind of post every 2 weeks or so. And they posted this one. And I love it. It's like a Christmas tree farm with a red truck. So can you guess which project is moving into this? That's right. That would be Prairie Schooler's Christmas tree farm. Because it's a Christmas, it's got a red truck and it's a Christmas tree farm. And it's perfect. And so that's going in there. All right. So the other big news is I bought Jen Lee Quirks and Stitches 24 Hours of Cross Stitch 2020 Planner. It is currently living in, oh, there it is. I knew I had it somewhere. Those are the Satsuma Street 12 days. I love the Maid of Milking, the Galley Dancing. I mean, so cute. So cute. And look at the French hen. He has a beret. These are adorable. I cannot wait to stitch these up. These are fun. These are going to be good colors. Like, I love Satsuma Street. I have not stitched anything of hers. I bought this, and I also got Libra. And so Libra will get started some point next year. And that one's going to be on Navy Ada. Because I want the colors to pop like they did for her. Oh, this is Libra. I am a Libra, and I love that. And they're bluebirds. So, I have tentatively put it in here in a binder. The only thing I have filled out is my whip list, which, as you can see, is 1, 2, and 1 space short of 3 pages. There are 17 slots on each page. It's a little full. All right. Also in this binder are my 2 tags that I want to do, but I'm going to do them at the end. For those of you who are not interested in the Married with Stitches holiday tag, hashtag MWS holiday tag, or the Hello Holiday Needlework tag. If you're not interested, I will let you know when you can peace out, and I'll see you on Christmas Day. All right, so I have got some things from Stash and Load. I got these 2 from a seller. This is Cricut Collection, the Christmas cupboard. I will tell you the whole reason I bought this chart is for the jingle corn. It's an acorn that's in the jingle bell shape. And then this one, same seller, Winter Forest. I bought this for a couple reasons. 1, it had a turkey corn. 2, I think this mitten is precious with the cardinals in the tree. And I love these trees stitched in this pattern with the bunnies running around. I think that is so cute. I love all 3 of these. So no plans to start any of these anytime soon. I'm just starting to find that I love these old school Cricut collection. They're not that old. I don't know why I say old school like they're, well, 2002. They're older school. All right, this was a seller had posted this. I didn't know it was going to be this tiny. It came in the tiniest little envelope. But I think it's adorable. I've never seen it before, and so I'm really excited about it. And it's Blackbird Designs Without a Mouse. And it's one of their rewards of merit. And it says, no house without a mouse. And I think that's cute. So I don't know how I'm going to stitch it, what I'm going to stitch it on. I don't know that yet. I'm going to save that. All right, got a huge order from Thread Pickers. She does silk, she does yarn, she does all kinds of things. I'm not showing any of the silks. I did get a mystery grab bag of silks and a couple of colors of silks. She does a great payment plan. She had a huge sale in September, and that's when I took advantage of it. I finished paying her layaway in beginning of November, and then it took about a week for her to get it all together and ship it, and then it took almost a month to get here. But anyway, I wanted to share the yarns. I'm so excited about these. I don't know what I'm going to knit with them. I have 2 knitting cast-ons. I cast on a scarf. There's not much to show. I'll show it in a couple of weeks. And then I am going to stitch a cowl similar to the one that Michelle Bendy Stitchy is doing, the Helen Stewart Land of Sweets cowl, because I have a ton of mini skeins back from when I did Knit Crate. But this is her baby alpaca silk and cashmere. It is insane. It is rub your face. And this is in the color Fairy. And I think it's so pretty. And it's 100 grams. So that one's really pretty. And then this one is her Superwash 75 merino and 25 nylon. I got 2 of this one. And this is Mucky Pup. And I think that's really cute. It's like a tan, but then it's got pinks and turquoises and yellows and a bunch of fun bright colors. So I got 2 of those. I'd like to knit this into some kind of a shawl. I am still learning the knitting thing. I've been knitting probably for about 10 years. Eventually, maybe I'll show a couple of the things I've knitted. It's not been much. I had to take a break when I started to deal with some issues in my hand where I would knit for only a few minutes and my whole thumb would go to sleep. It was weird. Okay, a couple more stash unload things. And then we'll go, let me pull these out real quick. And then we'll look at some other stuff. Okay. Yep, okay, this is the last of the stash unload. A seller was selling some thread, these are Needle Necessities, which is now Threadworks, which if you did not know that, a lot of times people sell their Needle Necessities for a steal. They're 20-yard skeins. They are the same dye lots for Threadworks. It's just they changed the name. So this was a lot. I think I got these for less than $2 a piece. So I got 1 of this color, 1 of this color. I love this, and 2 of this color. So I have like 40 yards of that color. Really nice cottons. So if you ever come across them and you like Threadworks, do not hesitate to buy the Needle Necessities, as long as you know they're from reputable circumstances, like no smoking and all that good stuff. And I like to maximize my shipping cost. So this one was another lot that had some different colors in it. So it had these, 1 of each. And this one, the wrapper's a little wonky. So this one had these 4 colorways. I decided to, last night, pick off all of my Color Street. So I need to put some more on. Because, yeah, they don't look so nice right now. Okay. We're almost there. From another seller, I got this piece of Fibrelicious linen, which is called A Dance of Autumn. It is a 32 count, and it's a fat 1/8. And when I look at it, I think immediately, this is my first piece of Fibrelicious, but look at this. That looks like the changing of the trees. That's actually on my bucket list. I know we're going to New York at Christmas time, but I really would love to go do somewhere in New England in the fall. I've been to New England in the summer, but I'd love to see the changing of the trees. Another stash unload, or stash unloading, I don't know which one. This is a 36 count Picture This Plus, like a 9x9 in Oaken. I have the 32 Oaken. It's a great neutral. And then she had this turned this way. Well, I happen to know that this was a color and cotton, and she had it on a steel. It's a fat 1/8 of 36 count in lemon cake, which is a really pretty light. And it's got a couple of little furry friends. Those aren't permanent marks. Furry friend hairs. So that's a pretty little light yellow. So that was a deal. All right, speaking of color and cotton, I, ooh, crinkle, crinkle. A couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago, I noticed that she had a code. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you could use, I ended up using the code and bought a 6-month subscription to her Fabric of the Month Club. And I went ahead and just paid up front and did it, and it was a great deal. And so she, this is the one that I got. I picked Primitive or Neutrals, and this is 36 count in shiplap. Love me some shiplap. This is a really pretty, I do the fat 1/8, and then she sent me these 2 flosses as a gift. So a pretty like brown with a little bit of a purple undertone, and then a variegated cerulean kind of blue. So that was a good deal. I'm excited about that. I love their linens and I love their fabrics. So I'm staying in that club. I also got my last of my Under the Sea Fabrics club. I decided to take a break. I love her fabrics, but I know that I am staying on with Mystic Fabrics, and she kind of does the more brighter colors, and so does Leslie. And so I just am kind of take a break. She posts, the one thing that I like about hers, and I don't know if she's going to continue this, and this was where my I wavered, is when she posts her Fabric of the Month, you can change your count. You're not locked in. Now, with Mystic, I went ahead and signed back up. Now, I know she's closed right now, but just watch for it in her Facebook group, and when she posts that she has openings, jump on it. I did the any high count. So I think it's 36, 40, or 46. That's my preference. And I think Mystic said she's going to try to do more single colors instead of so many multicolors. But this was this November's Fabric of the Month, I think. And I did it in a 40 count. I went ahead and bumped up to 40 count. And this is an icicle. And this is a really pretty blue, but like with a purpley undertone. And this is a fat quarter. So there's that. I got that. And I had ordered some needles from her, and I got some Bowen 26s because I want to try them. And I ordered some of the John James 26s and 28s. I accidentally got petites. Well, they're like that big. I must have big hands because I looked at them and went, how do people hold those? They're like this. I told her they made my brain hurt. And so I sent them back, and then I've got a fabric order coming from her, which I ordered back on November 1st, and I don't even remember what I ordered, and I haven't gone back to look. So that's going to be another surprise for me that I'm just going to shove under the tree. All right. So 1, 2, 3 stitch. I got the final of my Noah's Christmas art charts, and this is Parrots and Pandas, which I'm going to tell you, these parrots look a little borderline cardinals because they're red. So that's Pandas and Parrots. This one's often goes in and out of stock because it's kind of one I think a lot of people, if they're not going to stitch the whole series, the pandas are super cute. I was lucky enough to win a chart from 911 Stitcher. So if you are not watching 911 Stitcher, she's awesome. She just got back not too terribly long ago from the Netherlands for Dutch Mania. She traveled for Dutch Mania. She's awesome. She gives away something on every video, and she called my name, and somebody else told me, hey, I think you won something. And I'm like, no, I never win anything. Went over there and watched, and I was like, that's me. So I won Holiday Hoopla Thanksgiving by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread, and I think he is adorable. He says, give thanks. So this will be on my agenda to stitch next year, and I will think about that super generous person. Oh my gosh, we're still going. This is for a New Year, New Start BOP. Big old project. I'm not going to share which project, but I will share the supplies. It is going to be on a piece of 18 count. See? Sterling. Thicker. I'm so confused. And this is the color palette. I did go with all the call for. Da 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 da! So pretty. I love it. Can't wait to share it. It is on my list as a bop. I don't know what the exact, you know, like size parameters of a bop is. But it's a big old project. It's gonna be another epic one. All right, then over the course of months, I feel like I have claimed things on Crazy Annie's stitching support. I can't remember what it's called. Crazy Annie's stitching support. And they've just now come in. And so, you know what, I'm gonna share them with you. So she had clearance fabrics for Picture This Plus. I got a couple of linens. This is pewter in 36 count. This is a fat quarter. This could actually be really pretty for the Celebrate Christmas. If I want to switch over to linen, that could actually be really pretty. And then this is Picture This Plus in sand. That's a good neutral. I went ahead and got the Sleeping Bee. I still have Quilting Bee. Quilting Bee is a focus for a finish in January. And so I have Sleeping Bee, and she often offers it with the flosses or the trim, sometimes even the fabric. This time it was like flosses and trim. I opted to not do the flosses because I have a lot of these, or I'm going to just do the DMC because a lot of it's weeks. But I did go ahead and get the trim, the Called For Lady Dot Creates trim in Sequoia. So I got that one. I'm excited about this, and I just ordered the fabric because I saw somebody stitching this on and post about it on Instagram, and I liked what they had chosen. So this is Plum Street Samplers Rack Stack. And I went ahead and got this with the Called For Chenille in Algae. Lady Dot Creates an Algae. And I went ahead and ordered the colors. See, sometimes when I will only chart certain color, not chart certain colors. I will only stitch certain colors in the fancy. So in this case, I have ordered the ones that I feel like are important. So namely, this pinky red color is Crab Cakes, Classic Colorworks Crab Cakes. I went ahead and got that one. And then the deers are in Joshua Tree and Brown Sugar. And then one other one. I think it's actually a DMC is one of these. And so I went ahead and snagged those. Those are coming in a last minute 1, 2, 3 stitch order along with the fabric. I went ahead and also got Winter Valentine from the Blue Flower. I like this version of it with the snowflakes and the mistletoe. I think it's so cute. And I love that she did the cardinals with the male and the female. Love it. I love everything Janine does. Everything. And then I loved this one because of the pomegranates. This one's so cute. This is another Plum Street. This is Home for Christmas. This is another one they offered with the pomegranates. And it's like they're growing out of, that's what I was looking at. It looks like they're growing out of white pumpkins, white gourds. I don't know. And I love the kind of quilt looking border. I'm not a huge fan of stitching houses, but I will stitch this one because I love how it looks. And I got the Called For trim, the finishing trim, the little cute pom-pom. Okay, that's all the stash. So if you are not interested in watching me chat even more about some holiday hashtags, we gonna be done, I think. I will see you again. Is Christmas? Let's see. I will see you on Wednesday. Am I right? I will see you on Christmas Day, which is December the 25th. At some point in the evening, a video will go up. I had contemplated doing it live, but I don't even know that I have that capability yet. I don't know that I'm cool like that yet. So that will go up. Oh, by the way, my video went up like in milliseconds last week. Hooray for fast internet. So that was kind of cool to actually have it up on a Friday when I filmed it on a Friday. So if you are piecing out and not watching the holiday hashtags, I will see you again very soon in my Flosstube Extra Christmas edition, holiday celebration edition on Wednesday, the 25th. And then if you're not interested in that, I will hopefully see you for my whip parade on the 31st. That's a Tuesday, I believe. If you're not into whip parades either, or some chat about some plans, or possibly a very long full feature video because I have a gajillion whips, then I will see you for my regular Flosstube in 2 weeks on January the 3rd. So, If you're peacing out, I love you, bye. If you're hanging around, let's talk some holiday hashtags. So, 2 of these hashtags are going around. One of them is Married with Stitches, came up with the Married with Stitches holiday tag. And I felt like since I'm not going to be filming another regular Flosstube before Christmas, I should go ahead and do these. There's the hashtag Hello Holiday Needlework tag. So I will tag those both in my video so that if you're wanting to see any of the other folks that are doing these, you can. Oh, sorry about that. I need to readjust. This rolly chair, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster on a boat or something. Okay, so this is the hashtag Hello Holiday Needlework tag. Number 1, what would you rather stitch? Snowflakes, a reindeer, a Christmas tree, or a menorah? Well, here's the thing. I would say a Christmas tree because I feel like greens, variations, that's just what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with the other things. And as clearly evidenced by my winter sow, I stopped stitching snowflakes. I need to get back on that. Yeah, because that's on my active whip list. Number 2, what needlework related tool is on your wish list? Always and always. Project bags and or Q-snaps. I can always use more Q-snaps or project bags. Number 3. Snuggling up for a cozy stitching session? What's in your cup? Pretty much always sparkling water. I'm not stitching right now. I've got Diet Dr. Pepper. Occasionally I'll have coffee if I'm stitching in the morning, but I tend to keep that far away. So I would say sparkling water for the most part. What needlework, number 4, what needlework supply or tool are you most grateful for? I would say all the needles, because it is insane how many I lose or bend, and having a hefty stash to pick from. That is the one benefit I feel like to going into 2020 is I have accumulated a lot in 2019 that my hope is I can do a bit of some stitch from stash. I do have a lot of active subs, but I'm looking at, are there any of those I can let go? Like Color and Cotton, I really enjoy, but I may not re-up that when the 6 months is up. I don't know. But having a hefty stash and all the needles. Let's see. Number 5, what needlework supply or tool have you been wanting to try? I would say high count linens, like 46 and up. I have a piece of 46. I just haven't had the guts to stitch on it yet because it's a little bit tighter. It's not an open 46. It's a very tight 46. Number 6, would you rather make a holiday stocking or creating gift wrap for a small package? I'm not really sure about creating gift wrap out of cross stitch. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen. I would say a holiday stocking, I'd want to stitch it, but finishing it sounds very scary because I'm having issues with squares. So the fact of stitching, like finishing something in a stocking, I don't know. We'll see. I have a stocking in my active whip list. It's a birthday stocking. We shall see. What is your favorite, 7, what is your favorite holiday fiber color? This is tough because, like, really, my favorite colors are pink and blue. But for Christmas, I love a deep red, but I'm going to have to go greens because there are so many variegated, beautiful, like, deep greens, light greens. Number 8. What designer would you order a secret holiday chart from sight unseen? Hands down, like this was immediate. Hands down, Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. For sure. I love a lot of other ones, but I'm not a big, like, Holly Jolly Santa gal, and so there are some of, like, Plum Streets that I'm not interested in. Like, I think Clementine the cat is super cute, but, like, I'm not a cat person. I think some of the really cute, like Brenda Gervais ones with the Santas are super cute, but they're not for me. So I would say for sure, for certain, Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. Number 9, what will you be grateful to finally finish? My 2019 temperature quilt. Like, there are a lot of things I would love to finally finish, like just to feel like that sense of accomplishment, but it will be my temperature quilt because then that means that's the end, like it's done. So we'll see how long that takes me in January. Number 10, What is your favorite holiday tradition? Christmas Eve service at church. It is a family service. And then dinner out with my closest family, my most immediate family. All right, so then we've got one other hashtag. Hashtag MWS holiday tag. And I guess I should say that tomorrow when I add in the details, I will copy all of the questions into the description box, as long as it doesn't go too long. I may copy a link to a Google Doc with all the questions in case you want to see what they are. Because I tend to normally have to delete things because I want to add so much into the description box that I get limited by YouTube. Number 1, is your Christmas tree real or artificial? Our trees, plural, are all artificial. We have one large green family tree. It is not up. And with us going to New York the day after, it will not be put up. My daughter did put hers up. She has a small, like 4 foot pink tree. That sits outside her room in the hallway. And then she has in her room a large, like 5 foot, it's not that large, 5 foot unicorn tree, which is pastel, and it rotates through pastel colors, like around it, like swirls, like a unicorn horn. So she has those up. I have a rose gold tree that will eventually take a spot in my bedroom or in here in my craft room. And then my husband, so what are we up to? That's 4. My husband has a orange tree at home for the win. It used to be Garden Ridge. Now it's at home. They have any color tree you could want. I last year got him an orange tree, which, mind you, of all the trees, that was the one there were the most of, because who wants an orange tree? He does, because it has baseball ornaments, royal blue ornaments, and silver ornaments, and it is his Houston Astros tree. But when I was growing up, they were real, and they were flocked. We had flocked trees, white flocked trees. Number 2, do you open presents on Christmas Eve? Not anymore. We used to have Christmas with my dad's family on Christmas Eve, but that family is now, my dad is the oldest person in that family. And so we don't do Christmas Eve with that anymore. We do church, dinner, and then we come home and prep for jolly old St. Nicholas. Santa. Number 3, favorite holiday movie. This one's a hard one. I can narrow it down to 3, but it depends on what mood I'm in. So I love Elf. I love The Holiday. Oh, love that movie. And The Family Stone. I really like The Family Stone. And I consider that a Christmas movie. Number 4, what kind of food do you leave for Santa? Cookies and milk and reindeer food in the yard, because we don't want to leave the reindeers out without anything. Number 5, when you don't like a present, are you honest or do you pretend to love it? I was raised to say thank you and be sincere about it, and that I don't show that I dislike something, and that it can always be returned. Or if not returned, regifted. Or if not, you just love it and you make do with it, or you donate it to somebody who could use it more than you do. You are never not nasty about it. But I do understand some people who want to be honest about it, but I know that I put a lot of thought into what I give people, and I would be devastated if somebody was like, I don't like this. Anyway. 6, do you buy your pets presents? Our dog, Potter, gets a stocking, and he gets some holiday treats and usually a new toy to destroy within 30 minutes. Number 7, have you ever gone caroling? Yes, but it's been many years ago. Number 8, have you ever kissed under the mistletoe? Yes, twice that I'm aware of. That doesn't make sense that I'm aware of. I was maybe present for the other one. Anyway, once with a boyfriend at church, because our church had mistletoe hanging in one of the back hallways. It was debatable if that was a good choice or not. But I was a grown adult. I was like 25. And once with my husband, we had it hanging in our house once. I've lost the mistletoe. We had like a face mistletoe ball thing. I don't know where it is. Number 9, have you ever regifted? I can't think of any specific times that I have, but probably, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. That's a really good question. Do you save bags for gifting? 10. I always have grand plans to use them again. I usually end up stashing them away, and then I get tired of the clutter and they go in the trash or recycling. The recycling, if they can be. I will tell you, I do have an aunt That it doesn't matter if it's a baby shower, a birthday party, a Christmas, whatever. And she asks if it is okay. She collects all the tissue, like, you know, the white tissue, the pink tissue, the whatever kind of tissue. She takes it home and she irons it and refolds it to use again. That's dedication right there. That is dedication. I think that's awesome. Hey, if you're going to do that, that's fantastic. Me, I'm like, no thank you. That's here we go. Here's a song interlude. Too much time on your hands. You've got too much time on your hands. Okay. Do you send holiday cards? Yes. This is the first year that they haven't already gone out yet. That's on my list. That's on my short list. I normally do sticky labels, but I had like at least 12 people that moved, and I saved them in a non-editable format. This is also the first year that we've done them that my husband and I made it on the card. Usually it is just Joy-Filled Little One, because she's just so cute. She's cute enough for the whole family. But this year we had a cute selfie we got at Easter, and so it made it on there, because it was all about our year of blessings, our year of memories. All right, number 12, be honest. Do you enjoy receiving gifts or giving gifts? I absolutely love watching someone open something that I am giving them. I'm a very sentimental person, like, and so I really like it when people put effort and thought into a gift, and I usually am putting effort and thought into a gift, and so I love that moment of like, I hope they love it as much as they should love it. But I will say that I'm kind of, because I do enjoy opening a gift myself. Like, it kind of stinks if you're sitting there and watching everybody open and you don't have anything. So, but overall, I would say I love giving of gifts. That's the hashtags. So, here's the deal. Y'all rock. If you made it to this point in the video, we're well over an hour again. I really thought it was going to be. I don't know why I keep convincing myself it's going to be less, because it's not. I like to talk. I could never do the nightly news. People have said before I have a great broadcaster's voice, and my undergrad was in communications, specifically journalism and public relations. I couldn't ever hold a press conference. Yeah, no, I like to talk too much. So anywho, if you stuck in here with me, awesome. I will see you in just a few short days to do our holiday celebration, joy-filled holiday celebration. Check out the description box below for some of the people that I have been watching. I haven't shared anybody specifically. I guess I could. It's kind of long. I've talked about a couple of folks. Yep. And with that, I'm going to say, have a wonderful, blessed evening, weekend ahead. If you are on a bit of a break from work, awesome. Tonight is my husband's last night of work for not quite as long as us. He has to go back on like the 2nd, but he is super pumped. He has worked so hard. They worked them to the bone. They're going to work them hard tonight. They're going to ask him to stay late. He's probably going to be like, no, thanks. I'm good. He works hard for our family, and it means missing a lot of things. So with that, have a great week ahead. I will see, well, not a whole week. I will see you on Wednesday. I think we determined was Wednesday, the 25th, whatever the 25th is. And so yeah, bye.